Skyline.
We're just out of Rotorua at our new workshop. We've sort of moved out of town a little bit to be a little bit more private and get a lot more work done.
Yep. And how is the business going?
It's going well, mate. We've got 4 cars here at the moment from England, all with different types of builds, drag cars, street cars, show car, but all based along the lines of high power street cars / drag car.
Yeah. You may think we've gone a little bit crazy here on Jim Beam New Zealand Performance Car with Skylines, but we can't get enough of them. This one right here is the best one in the world. Skyline R34 GTR built by Rips in Rotorua. This thing is a beast.
Well, I can't actually tell you whose it is, but it's a very well-known rugby player from England, and he wanted something very special that nobody else has got, so that he could definitely have a one of a kind. The friends have got Porsches and Ferraris and all that sort of thing, and he basically wants something to go home and kick their ass. All I do is Skylines. 99% of it's RB30s, and along the theme of something different and the quality that he wanted, he decided that we were best for the job. He'd seen previous cars that we've done and previous engines that I've built, and we got talking and became quite good friends actually, so it's worked out really well, and we just have discussed it from start to finish and gone over every little thing that he could possibly want. We've pretty much ended up with exactly what he dreamt of. We hand make everything on this car. There will not be another one like this ever in the world. Basically, it's got one of my own four-wheel drive RB30s, which I started building about 5 or 6 years ago. They make some serious torque and serious power. It'll happily tootle along at 1200 revs in 6th gear, you know, it'll pull away smoothly. It's making a lot of boost by 3000 revs, 3500 revs, it's on, and it pulls hard to 9 grand, and this car will do 200 miles an hour. We've got the strut brace obviously over the top there. We've made our own water bottle for the radiator, so it's a whole, we've custom made that ourselves here, made our own lids and everything like that.
Righto, we're here with Quinn Hamill at the moment, chief photographer of New Zealand Performance Car. Now Quinn, what are you doing on the ground there? Is that the best way to get a good angle?
Oh yeah, for sure man, shoot nice and low, it's always the best way. Well, in this case the car's black, which is always notoriously hard to shoot, because they always have heaps of reflection, so it's best to find a big open space, so they have like trees reflecting off the windscreens and things like that. The car's pretty industrial and tough. The car's, you know, obviously stealth as well, so it's a good location for the car, plus we've got a big wide open area so we don't have too many reflections.
The intake plenum here, once again, that was handmade. It's probably about 80 to 90 hours to make that plenum. It goes into a cylinder head which we've had ported and polished and good cams and things in there. Forged pistons, billet conrods, good oil pump. We do our own big sumps and things like that. And as it sits there, you can just turn the key, daily driver, and it's a genuine 800 horsepower. This one's got a TO4Z roller bearing turbo. We run that at anywhere up to 30 pounds of boost on the street. The clutch is nice, it's not shuddery or anything like that. You just drive it like a perfectly normal car, and then when you put your foot down, it's on. And the turbo was specifically selected to give him what he wanted. I've had it to 180 on a private road, of course.
Yes, yep.
And we're still pulling fine at 180. My thing's drag racing, that's what I just like the feel of the acceleration. I'm not so worried about real high speed. If you can do 150 to 160 miles an hour on the quarter mile, it's a good ride. Yeah, this particular car is my favourite car. It does everything. It stops, it goes, it looks good. It just does everything. It's the best all-round car we've ever built. Once you've driven a good 30, you will never have a 26. We've got our own radiator. We make our own radiator here, and it's got a special heat exchanger in the bottom tank. The technology of it is actually some that we've got from the latest Winston Cup NASCARs in America, and it means that your oil temperature and water temperature basically remain the same at all times. Salcon brakes, I think they're 350 or 360mm rotors, which have been rebranded as Greedy. 295 tyres, I think, all round, so yeah, it's got plenty of rubber and it handles nice and turns in well. This was on the car when it arrived. He's installed that. It just helps with downforce and helps keep the car stable. We've also got carbon diffusers and things under the bottom of the car. Once again, all to do with high-speed stability. We do a lot of fuel systems, but this one had to be different, and it had to be black, and the customer's not interested in big stereos and freaky upholstery or anything like that, so we decided that we'd just keep it nice and tidy and simple. Got a Rips exhaust manifold that's all handmade here. here, stainless steel. People low mount turbos, people high mount turbos. We're going to mid mount the turbo. So we've mounted it mid engine. We also wanted to show off our fabricating skills. So by having an exhaust manifold like that, it's something different, it's functional, it's reliable.
No, I like to just sit back with a beer when I'm finished and just be proud of what we've made.
This car is 800 plus horsepower. We went for a drive just before. My guts completely went the other way. This thing is a beast, and I find it quite ironic as well that it's all black. What's up with that, Robbie?
Even though he may be from England, the best colour is probably always going to be black, and it keeps in with the theme of the stealth. And personally, I like the black Skylines. It's real nice.
You might be able to pass this on to your infamous rugby player.
Yeah.
And if he's ripping up Twickenham doing a few doughies, that might help.
Yeah, that'll be the way. We'll make sure it gets that, and we might be able to get a couple of girls out there to clean it for him, no doubt.
The best way to view these cars is not to break in, because you'll get eaten alive. So get onto the website, ripslimited.com, to see more of these Skylines.